कृष्ण भसते बसते बोले परमाधरे भोरे कृष्ण बसते गौरा आमार जे सबस्ताने कोरोलो भ्रमण रंगे गौरा आमार जे सबस्ताने कोरोलो ब्राह्मण रंग से सबस्तान हरि बोयामि प्रणयी भक्त संगे मृदंग वाद्य सुनीते मानम अवसर सदा जासे मृदंग वाद्य मृदंग वाद्य सुनीते मन अवसर सदा जासे गौरविहित कीर्तन सुनि आनंदे हृदय नाचे गौरविहित कीर्तन सुनि जुगल मूर्ति देखिया मोरा परमानंद होया जुगल प्रसाद सेवा कोरिते होया सकल प्रपंच जाया प्रसाद सेवा कोरिते होया जे दिन गृहे भजन देखी गृहीते गोलोक बाद्या जे दिन गृहे भजन देखी गृहीते गोलोक बाद्या चरण सिद्धो देखिया गंगा सुकन सीमा पाया चरण सिद्धो तुलसी देखी जुराय प्राण माधव तोषणी जाने तुलसी देखे गौर प्रिय सक सेवने जीवन सार्थक मानी गौर प्रिय सक सेवने जीवन भक्ति विनोद कृष्ण भजने अनुकूल पाय जाहा भक्ति विनोद Bhakti Vinoda Bhat Krishna Bhajane Anukula Paya Jaha Bhakti Vinoda Prati Divase Parama Sukhe Svikara Koro Yetaha Prati Divase Prati Divase Parama Sukhe Svikara Koro Yetaha Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula Shuddha Bhakata Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanaya Kula Shuddha Bhakata Bhajanaya Kula Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Please read the translation. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So, today we will discuss from Srila Prabhupada Lilamrta, Volume 1, Chapter 4, chapter entitled, How Shall I Serve You? Sorry, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So actually we're going to read from chapter 7, Jhansi, the League of Devotees. Wanted candidates from any nationality to qualify themselves as a real Brahmins for preaching the teachings of Bhagavad Gita for all practical purposes throughout the whole world. Deserving candidates will be provided with free boarding and lodging. Apply. A.C. Bhaktivedanta, founder and secretary of the League of Devotees, Bharati Bhavan, Post Office, Jhansi, Uttar Pradesh. So this is probably this must be the flyers where Srila Prabhupada distributed. It was another 12-hour ride with dozens of stops, the trains rattling and clattering and its rocking from side to side made writing difficult. But Abhay, crowded on the wooden bench with other three-class passengers, kept writing. Within the dignity compartment, passengers eyed one another complacently, and soot and dust blew in open windows as the train sped along. Outside, past the monotonous embankment of loose stones, bright violet trumpet flowers bloomed on tall stacks in the shallow trackside ditches. Water buffalo and oxen grazed in the distance or sometimes pulled a plough before a solitary farmer. Abhay was going to Jhansi not for business but for preaching. 1 month before, in October of 1952, when Abhay had visited Jhansi on business, Mr. Dubey, a customer and the owner of the Jhansi hospital, had invited him to lecture at the Gita Mandir. Many Jhansi people appreciated things religious or humanitarian, whether from Vaishnavas, Theophysicists, Mayavadis, politicians, or whatever. They regarded almost any path as dharma, as long as it showed some edifying piety or tending towards the public welfare, Mr. Dubey had read with interest several issues of Back to Godhead and had therefore requested Abhay to speak. Abhay had been eager and he had found keen interest amongst the audience of more than 100 people. Many of them young medical students and graduates from the local Ayurvedic college. Abhay was 56 and his commanding presentation of Krishna consciousness had impressed the young religious-minded people of Jhansi. 25-year-old Prabhakar Mishra, principal of the Vedanta Sanskrit College and head medical officer of the Jhansi Ayurvedic University, saw that Abhay was very forceful in his desire to spread Krishna consciousness. Dr. Mishra regarded him as a kind of guru, although dressed in white. Here is a humble person, he thought, a real sadhu. So you can see that these are the beginning days when Srila Prabhupada has very strongly decided that to start some preaching activity. Previously we know that in Bombay and in Allahabad, Prabhupada used to help the Gaudiya Math devotees, sannyasis, they would come for preaching. So Prabhupada would contribute, or so he would help them in whatever ways. But this time Prabhupada, he decided to himself that no, I have to start something. So he started this League of Devotees. And we saw that Mr. Dubey, he invited Prabhupada for lecturing on Gita. So Prabhupada was very, as it is mentioned here, very eager, and they also understood, Mr. Dubey understood, that Prabhupada had a very strong desire to spread Krishna consciousness. So we can see that even before sannyas, Srila Prabhupada had this desire, somehow or other, to spread Krishna consciousness, somehow or other push people to take up Krishna consciousness. So in that way Prabhupada, he took up this mission to his heart. Actually, when he met Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur the first time, when that conversation happened, at that time itself, Prabhupada was, he started, of course, Prabhupada, his coming to this material world it is only to spread this Krishna consciousness all over the world. So definitely, this is all arrangement of the Lord that he has to meet Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and in this way take up this mission all over the world. So this League of Devotees, what Srila Prabhupada started in Jhansi, this is a like kind of a, starting steps of our Krishna consciousness movement. So Dr. Mishra, he understood that he looked a very genuine guru, a real sadhu. So short and stocky Dr. Shastri, just beginning his career in Ayurvedic medicine, was an active young man fascinated by Abhay's purity and his vision of the world's movement for distributing India's culture. Older men like tall Surve Ramcharan Hiran Mitra, a utensil shopkeeper who wrote poetry and wore a white Nehru cap, also wanted to learn more about Lord Chaitanya from Abhay. Dr. Mullik, who was the Gita Mandir secretary, and Dr. Siddhi from the university along with their wives, had sincerely approached Abhay after his talk and asked him please to visit Jhansi again. So we can see that when Prabhupada, first time when he met all these people from that Ayurvedic college, all the professors, doctors and all, so they were all very much appreciated, and they also went and they were inquiring from Prabhupada to know more about Krishna consciousness. Abhay had come to them not as a pharmaceutical salesman or as a man with family concerns, but purely as a devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Although the specific applications of Krishna consciousness as given by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati were new to his audience, these teachings had interested them, and the more Abhay had expressed these teachings and spoke of his ambitions for spreading Krishna's message, the more his hearers had encouraged him. Several of them had suggested he conduct his mission in Jhansi, and they had promised to help him. Dr. Shastri had even invited Abhay to come live with him. He would introduce Abhay to important citizens and arrange for lectures in the various meeting places of Jhansi. After staying for 10 days, Abhay had returned to Allahabad, but remembering Jhansi, he had been unable to concentrate on his business. Sometimes something more important was on his mind. The need for an association of devotees propagating the teachings and practices of Krishna consciousness worldwide. With the Gaudiya Math now broken into permanent Sikhism, his god brothers conducted their own private ashrams in separate. Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His god brothers conducted their own private ashrams in separate locales, apparently impervious in any reconciliations. Something would have to be done if the overwhelming atmosphere of godlessness were to be corrected. There must emerge, as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati had envisioned, a league of preachers with activities worldwide. So, at that time, the Gaudiya Math, his god brothers, Srila Prabhupada's god brothers, they were all making their own ashrams. So Srila Prabhupada's vision was, actually we should all be together, and we should all become a league of devotees or preachers who can take this worldwide. But he saw that everything was collapsing. Gaudiya Math was collapsing. Everyone, they made their own ashrams. They broke the chain of preaching in different cities. So Srila Prabhupada saw this. The nations of the world had sought unity through the League of Nations, and recently through the United Nations, the League had failed. And so would the United Nations, unless it recognize the true spiritual unity and equality of all living beings in terms of their intimate relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Abhay did not expect any good to come of such organizations, though they wanted peace and unity. Their attempts were simply another feature of godlessness. No creating peace and unity was the duty of Vaishnavas. So Abhay had been thinking that perhaps a likely place to start an organization of devotees would be Jhansi. It wasn't a major city, but at least he had found concerned people. The students had listened and accepted and had said that would help. Abhay had sensed a certain lack of sincerity and depth in their appreciation and sentimentality that made him doubt their seriousness. But if he could find a few or even one who was serious, then he would have a beginning. He wanted to preach. That was his mission. Besides, he was already getting older. If sometimes if something went where to begin, it should be now. So he would go to Jhansi again to stay for an indefinite duration without much concern for his Allahabad affairs. Abhay left his pharmaceutical business with his son and nephews, informing them that he was going to Jhansi. As the train pulled into the stations, Abhay saw Dr. Shastri waving energetically. They rode together by Tanga to Dr. Shastri's dispensary, and the talkative and effusive doctor promised many preaching opportunities and interviews. Dr. Shastri also spoke of the lore of Jhansi. The site of the present city had formerly been a part of the forest in which Lord Ramachandra had practiced austerities many thousands of years ago. The Pandavas had lived here during their exile, and since then many great Vedic sages had their hermitages in the area. Jhansi had also been the home of an Indian heroine, Lakshmi Bai, who in the mid-19th century had taken part in starting the Indian independence movement against the British regime. Statues and pictures of Lakshmi Bai riding a horse and holding a sword in her upraised hand were displayed throughout the town. But the Jhansi of 1952 was a crowded, poor city with dirt streets and minimal technological amenities. Dr. Shastri lived alone in a 2-story rented building in Jhansi's Sipari Bazaar. On the first floor he had his clinic, and upstairs his one-room residence, which he had offered to share with Abhay. The young but influential doctor was a good person to introduce Abhay to receptive citizens of Jhansi, and he was eager to do so. Outgoing and energetic, he moved easily amongst the people of his town. He was respectful towards Abhay, who was twice his age, and whom he appreciated as being firmly fixed in the Vaishnava philosophy and way of life. Dr. Shastri saw it as his duty to help Abhay, and he gladly introduced Abhay to others and arranged for lectures. So we can see that Dr. Shastri, who was young, it is mentioned here that he was twice the age of Srila Prabhupada. So he was very energetic. He was always speaking to Prabhupada, taking care of him, and he also shared his room, his residence, one room, and he was trying to arrange meetings for Prabhupada, lectures in Jhansi. So he encouraged Prabhupada. I mean, he supported Prabhupada for his mission. Abhay and Dr. Shastri would cook and eat together like family members. Abhay revealed his idea for a league of devotees, an organization with worldwide scope but based in Jhansi. The citizens of Jhansi, he said, should all take part in helping spread Lord Krishna's mission. Lord Chaitanya had said that Indians have a special responsibility to distribute God consciousness both in India and around the world. Dr. Shastri, in his heart, always it was burning that the whole world was suffering in the materialistic view. Everyone is busy in eat, drink and be merry. So whole day he was touring and preaching his mission that was prescribed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his Guru Maharaj. He was having iron will, determination and self-confidence about his mission. He was not doubtful at all. He was Dhridavrata, staunchly determined. Actually, he was always preaching. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, kalo nastyeva 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 gatiranyata. No other way except Hare Krishna Nama. So, always discussing, sometimes the whole night he was discussing with me. And sometimes I was fed up. I was requesting, please don't disturb me. Please let me sleep. And he, the old man, missionary worker, he was just like a young man. I was a young chap, and he was just like my friend, my elder brother. He was like my guide and teacher, because the preacher is a friend, philosopher and guide. What is iron will determination? Iron will determination. It's when he was having iron will determination and self-confidence about his mission. Very so this is the strong, even more than iron. Okay. So that was the determination of Srila Prabhupada. So always he was only at that time he was only thinking how to start, how to preach. So that's he was this Dr. Shastri, he was also fed up. Whole night Srila Prabhupada would speak philosophy. He was discussing philosophy. He was fed up. At some point he said, please don't disturb me. So that was the determination of Srila Prabhupada, to somehow or other inject this Krishna consciousness to the conditioned souls. He was always trying to create a good atmosphere to Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and Bhagavad Gita. The whole Bhagavad Gita was his practical life. His mission was not a mission of preaching only, but a practical action. He was also trying to catch me for his mission, and I would try to slip away. I don't think that he would do any miracle for spiritual revolution of the world, although that is what he urged us. While Dr. Shastri tended his clinic, Abhay sat and spoke with patients occasionally, recommending medicines, but mostly preaching. For now he was content to live and preach in Jhansi. Here was life, people receptive to his preaching, who responded to his urging them to chant Hare Krishna. He desired and determination to leave everything else behind and preach day and night, depending on Krishna for the result, was increasing. He began regularly lecturing and chanting at various programs in the city, sometimes at several in one day. On Sundays, he would lecture at the Sadhana Mandir, another day at the Gita Mandir, another day at the Theosophical Society, and regularly in people's homes. So Srila Prabhupada, he started his lectures, he increased, whole week he was busy in preaching in different places, as it is mentioned here. Mr. Ram Mitra, the shopkeeper poet, maintained a Shiva temple near his home, and Abhay began to perform kirtana and lecture there. Sometimes Mr. Mitra would speak in Hindi on Bhagavad Gita at the Sadhana Mandir, and Abhay would attend. Sometimes Abhay would visit Mr. Mitra at his utensil shop. The shop was in a crowded Jhansi bazaar and opened onto the busy street. Abhay would sit down like an ordinary customer amidst stacks of stainless steel buckets, plates, bowls and lotas, and speak to Mr. Mitra and friends about Chaitanya Charitamrita, or sometimes he would listen to Mr. Mitra telling about his published book of poetry and his literary reputation. Mr. Mitra saw that Abhay's ambition was no less than to make the whole city of Jhansi alive with Krishna consciousness. Abhay quoted Chaitanya Charitamrita: "One who has received the great fortune of taking birth in India should make his life perfect and then do good for others by spreading Krishna consciousness. And Abhay would add, the whole world is waiting, Mr. Mitra, for our spiritual revolution. Mr. Mitra would nod. His handsome Nehru-like face foaming a smile. But he saw that Abhay wanted people to do more than merely listen to him. He wanted them to do something. Once Mr. Mitra offered Abhay a copy of his book, showing him the foreword by a famous man, and repeatedly mentioned that the great sadhu Vinoba Bhave had liked the poems very much. When Mr. Mitra learned that Abhay had a regular milk drinker, he began offering Abhay fresh milk daily from his cow, a black cow. And black cows, Mr. Mitra said, gave especially good milk. Abhay invited Mr. Mitra to accompany him on foot to nearby villages along with a kirtana party for preaching. But Mr. Mitra declined, being unable to get anyone to tend the shop for him. Another young Ayurvedic doctor was Dr. Siddhi, who immediately expressed interest in Abhay's enthusiastic plans for spreading Krishna consciousness. Dr. Siddhi, this is what he said, Dr. Siddhi. He came several times to my place. I have got a kirtana room on my roof, and he performed kirtana there as well as at the Gita Mandir. We were also going daily to the Theosophical Society. There was an atmosphere, a very pious, sacred and calm atmosphere. When the kirtana and preaching and lectures were performed, he used to play harmonium. We accompanied him for meeting people and preaching his mission. The main thing was to perform kirtana and give a lecture on the Bhagavad Gita and the life of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was his Lord, and I also loved him. Radhelal Mullik, secretary of Gita Mandir and Sadhana Mandir, began meeting often with Abhay. Radhelal Mullik, I was very much influenced by him. I used to spend 3 or 4 hours every morning in his association. He had many big scriptures. He was mainly concerned about the books about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was also writing at that time. The president of the Gita Mandir, and I volunteered to cook for him. So this Radhelal Mullik was showing more interest and spending many hours with Srila Prabhupada. It was during a morning walk with Radharlal Mullik that Abhay first spotted the Bharati Bhavan, a picturesque temple complex across from the large Anity Pond. The neighborhood known as Anityatal was quiet and sparsely populated, but it was near Sipri Road, the main thought fair between downtown Jhansi and Sipri Bazaar. Abhay inquired from Mr. Mullik about the temple, and together they turned from the main road and walked down a sloping footpath that led to the main gates of the compound. There they found several secluded areas nestled within a grove of neem and mango trees. The main structure was the Radha Memorial. It was small like a chapel, but its proportions were stout and bold. Sitting on an octagonal stone base, it rose on 8 ornated pillars of red and white chipped marble to a stone dome on top. 2 elephants bearing the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, on their upraised trunks decorated the entrance. Concert bunting and stripped patterns of red, green and blue added to the decorative yet massive effect. The entrance was marked with the words Radha Smark carved in Hindi script, and above it was the English translation Radha Memorial. When Abhay saw the Sanskrit inscription across the side of the stone temple, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, he turned to Radhelal Mullik and said strongly, "The Lord has built this building for my use." From that moment, Abhay was determined to have the building. Mr. Mullik explained that the temple had been built in 1939 as a memorial to the wealthy Vaishnava landowner Radha Bhai, but at the present was not in use. Dr. Prabhakar Mishra, whom Abhay had already met on several occasions, was occupying some of the rooms, but otherwise it was deserted. Mr. Mullik and Abhay sought Dr. Mishra in his quarters in the main building, and when Mr. Mishra saw Abhay's enthusiasm, he invited Abhay to stay there with him. Dr. Mishra confirmed that except for the Sunday morning Gita class, the facility was sitting idle. He welcomed Abhay to carry on his writing and preaching there. Abhay liked the idea. Immediately he began thinking of the uses of the buildings, surveying the land with increasing interest. A second larger building, also with stone pillars and facades, held a hall and 5 rooms. Abhay made mental plans for each room. In this room, Kirtana and lecture with large gatherings. In this room, the deity of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In these rooms, residents, brahmacharis and sannyasis, guests here, an office there, the printing press here. There was even land for gazing a cow. It was a self-contained unit. Hundreds of people could come here for kirtana, prasadam and discourses. Preachers could go out from here distributing back to God and magazines. Some could even go abroad and with Lord Chaitanya's message. So you can see when Srila Prabhupada got this building, so he was already, when he saw this building and he was planning to start preaching there, he was already meditating in his mind. So in which room, what should be there, where altar should be there, where brahmachari should stay, where the lecture hall and all. So at that time only Prabhupada has envisioned that how the preaching should be. Of course this is coming in the line of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, but we can see that Srila Prabhupada has a vision, and he also thought they should go abroad from here and preach this message of Lord Chaitanya. So this was the vision of Srila Prabhupada. Even before starting, before he leaving to, when he was a Vanaprastha, at that time Prabhupada was envisioning about the future which we are in right now. What's happening in ISKCON temples. They are stay for brahmacharis, there is altar, and devotees every day they go out, distribute Srila Prabhupada books, and like this. So this was Srila Prabhupada's vision. So and he started also. He started like this, doing kirtana, distributing prasadam, always speaking about Krishna consciousness. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Jhare dako tare kaho Krishna upadesh." Whomever you meet, whomever you see, speak about Krishna. That's what Srila Prabhupada was doing. Whomever he would meet, for hours together. Even he was an old man, in his 50s, but he had such patience, for such enthusiasm for speaking about Krishna. You can see, and that made him even take up the full desire of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his own guru. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that his desire was to spread this message of Lord Chaitanya in the abroad, all over the world. So you can see this League of Devotees was a stepping stone of our ISKCON, where Srila Prabhupada started this, our movement. It's a stepping stone here. So we can read another 10 minutes and I will conclude there. As Abhay and his companions walked to the compound, appreciating it as suitable place to start an ashrama, his companions encouraged him, saying they were sure that Mr. Reva Shankar Bhayal, the agent who handled all the properties of Radha Bhai's descendants, would have no objection to Abhay's living there. Why couldn't the landlord give him the buildings? Abhay asked. They were simply going to waste. If it were actually to be a memorial to Radha, it should be used in Krishna's service, since Krishna is Radha's worshipable Lord. Abhay was determined and his friends agreed to help him. First they met with Ram Mitra, who said that he was such a close friend of Mr. Bhayal's that Mr. Bhayal would probably give the place simply at his request. Dr. Shastri said that he always wanted to go to impress upon Mr. Bhayal how much the people of Jhansi wanted Abhay to have this place. When Reva Shankar Bhayal met with his friend Ram Mitra, also present were Abhay, Dr. Shastri, Radhilal Mullik, Prabhakar Mishra and Suryamukhi Sharma, a young educated Jhansi woman. They presented the case from several angles and Mr. Bhayal listened. He agreed that he wasn't using the place at present and this seemed to be a good cause. He agreed to let Abhay use the facilities for his league of devotees for as long as he liked. And at Abhay's request, he agreed to become a member of the league. They shook hands. On behalf of the estate, Mr. Bhayal presented the Bharati Bhavan properties in charity to Abhay Charan Day and the League of Devotees. Hari Bo. During December and January, Abhay prepared a League of Devotees charter. He wanted to begin various extensive preaching, following the example of his spiritual master. Once he began to set his goals to paper, the project immediately began to expand beyond Jhansi, beyond India. Of course, the League of Devotees was for the young people of Jhansi. They were already expressing great interest, but Abhay's charter described more than merely evening classes and kirtana. It was a broad scheme, including a description of the four orders of the society, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra, and detailed plans to accommodate a worldwide religious movement. The charter set forth a probationary period of prospective members. It described spiritual initiation. It arranged for economic reciprocation between individual members and the league. It arranged to provide lodgings for preachers and it defined prohibited activities, illegitimate connection with women, intoxication, habit, diets other than regulated strictly or vegetable kingdom, gambling and unnecessary sporting or recreation enterprises. To establish a league with the registrar in Lucknow, Abhay required a memorandum of association signed by the league members. In this document, which was to list the objectives of the society, Abhay expressed his vision for the continuation of his spiritual master's mission. Like his god brothers who had created new mutts after the dissolution of Gaudiya Mutt, Abhay was forming a new branch of the Gaudiya Sampradaya to be called the League of Devotees. He was not simply claiming proprietorship of the few buildings, he was establishing a Krishna conscious society that would expand into a world movement. His intentions were clearly not insular, but were directed towards creating centers for spiritual development all over the world. Abhay wrote, Lord Chaitanya revealed the transcendental process of approaching the absolute Godhead, and in his teachings, nothing appears to be observed from the point of human reasoning, and nothing against any religion as accepted by the human and civilized world. Enumerating the League's goals, he included the opening of centers in all parts of the world, thus establishing the League as the international organization from spiritual developments through education, culture, as also by recruiting members from all nations, creeds and castes. The League would publish literature in many languages and print a monthly magazine, Back to Godhead. Abhay obtained the necessary signatures for his memorandum of association. He then took the train to Lucknow and on February 4 paid the deposit of 50 rupees and filed his application. He returned to Jhansi. So we can see how Srila Prabhupada took up this League of Devotees, to which extent. But as he saw, people were interested, all they were young doctors, young students, they were interested in Krishna consciousness, and they were asking questions, they were attending his lectures and programs. But gradually what happened, Srila Prabhupada understood that no, I have to go to the West directly and take up this Krishna consciousness there directly. And when he was, even before starting, he has written, as it is mentioned in his plan, what should be there, what the members should follow, how it should be. He planned everything on the paper, and he wrote everything that this Back to Godhead magazine should be printed in all the languages and distributed. So this is the mission of our Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. And by the mercy of previous acharyas and by the will and desire of Lord Chaitanya and Sri Krishna, Srila Prabhupada took this mission, this Krishna consciousness all over the world, and we can see how our Krishna consciousness movement is flourishing. There are so many, now in the present time you can see there are so many temples. So many temples are opened, centers are opened. This was his desire, because Acharya's desires will never go vain. Because whatever he desires, that is the desire of Krishna. Because his desire was to take this, and he had no any other intentions. His only intention was to fulfill his Guru's desire. That is to take this Krishna consciousness and spread everywhere. And we know his struggle, Srila Prabhupada's struggle, how much he struggled for taking this, spreading this Krishna consciousness, establishing the movement in a proper way. It is not so easy establishing a society and running it properly. It's not so easy. There's so many societies in India. If you see, there's n number of societies, but they have failed because they don't have any proper purpose. They don't have, and their intentions are not proper. Their only intention, especially spiritual societies, their intention is to make funds on their society's accounts, and in this way they are running the show like that. Somehow, very few people are interested. Only some less intelligent class of people, they go there and like that. But Srila Prabhupada's vision was not like that. His society was not like that. Now his vision is to make the whole world, make this whole world Krishna conscious. That was his vision. No, make this whole world Vaikunta, this material world Vaikunta. That was his vision, and still that is happening by his mercy, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy. Still, devotees, they are taking this to their heart. Even you can see devotees still from India, many devotees, many preachers, they are going to the West, like Srila Prabhupada, how Srila Prabhupada did. They are going to the West, they are traveling to all the temples, and there are many sannyasis and even many senior brahmacharis, senior devotees, they are traveling. Always they are traveling and preaching. The same thing what Srila Prabhupada wanted, the same thing is happening as it is now, without any adulteration. Because the purpose is there. The purpose is to please Krishna. The purpose is to please our Guru Parampara. That is the purpose. So we should also take this to our heart. Our mission is not completed yet. Srila Prabhupada's mission, of course, it's spread everywhere, all over the world. People know, Hare Krishna, Mahamantra. People, they know, there are millions of books distributed all over the world. People, they know about our movement, but still the mission of Lord Chaitanya is still pending. So it's in our hands. Srila Prabhupada left in our hands to somehow or other induce this Krishna consciousness to people. We should not induce forcefully. We should, like our Srila Prabhupada said, these books are like time bombs. So anytime they may reveal, blast in the heart of the conditioned soul. So we have to distribute Srila Prabhupada books. That is the purpose. The four things what Srila Prabhupada said. Preaching is the essence, books are the basis. Utility is the principle. And purity is the force, yeah. Main thing, purity is the force. So we have to keep to these things, and when we follow what Srila Prabhupada gave in his books as it is, without any changes, without any interpretations, then what Srila Prabhupada he did in 1960s in the Western country, the same thing with if we follow, it is possible by his mercy. It is possible we can do that. We can see His Grace Radhesham Prabhu. He did a revolution in Pune and in the other big universities. Many number of students, they have joined, and they, especially Indians. At that time, when Srila Prabhupada times, when Prabhupada started this League of Devotees, Indians were not much interested to take up this Krishna consciousness. And they were bewildered by the Western culture which British has left here, drinking tea and all this. So they were not interested. But now you can see, Srila Prabhupada went to the West, he preached, he brought many sannyasis from there, he initiated them, he preached them, and now you can see they are becoming gurus for the Indian people. They are initiating them, and like this. So this is my realization. If anybody have anything to say, you can also, any questions, comments.
I have a question, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled to South India. So at that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached in South India. So there are anybody who following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu now? Those who are directly preached by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
I am not sure about this. But now you see, now they're in Tamil Nadu, you can see many Sri Vaishnavas, many Brahmana communities, even from Smarta Brahmana communities, devotees, they are becoming Vaishnavas by accepting Krishna consciousness. At that time, I don't know, from that time, I don't know. I don't know about that. I cannot comment about that. But that same mission, what Lord Chaitanya wanted, Srila Prabhupada fulfilled that. It's same thing, no? What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted, what Srila Prabhupada did is the same thing. You think it's separate, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sampradaya, separate, and what Prabhupada, it's coming in the line. We are in the parampara, right? We are in the parampara, connected with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The line, in the chain. The same thing.
Like if you go to Vrindavan, we can see Gaurnitai deities there.
Yeah.
Like they are not part of ISKCON. They are not preached by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. They are always present there because Mahaprabhu was preached there. So like that, Mahaprabhu went to South India.
No,
Mahaprabhu went to Maharashtra,
there are different
Pandharpur.
parivars from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from Nityananda Mahaprabhu, from their generation, I mean, their grand children, they are having that mutts and temples there.
There is no lineage of Mahaprabhu in South India?
I don't know. Mahaprabhu is from West Bengal. Mahaprabhu visited this here in the Shiva temple. What is this? I forgot the name. I'm sorry. In Telangana, Mahaprabhu also he came here. Srisalem. But there we don't see. There he met directly Lord Shiva and Parvati. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They served Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there, Srisalem. But there we don't see any temple or any mat. You can see. Have you been there? I have been once with some devotees. There is no any. Maybe some devotees might be distributing some books there. I don't know. Not sure. It's not that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled many places. Not that everywhere he established something. But we know from Chaitanya Charitamrita that he had visited these places. He toured these places. Like Srirangam, there is a small place where his lotus feet are there. Some places they are there. In Jharkhand, there is also that place. There is a temple. So like that, there are many. Some places they are recognized, and some places they are just left like that. I assume like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I cannot comment without knowing. Hare Krishna. Any other comments, questions? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Lilamrta ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Gaur. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.